Tyrese Maxey is not the only one that can't stand Joel Embiid. The 76ers are a mess. They're like 2-12 right now, or 3-12. Here's the question. Has Joel Embiid created an irreversible culture in Philadelphia? And when we talk about irreversible culture, it's not a positive one. There's a toxic culture in Philadelphia. There's a big report out there right now. Shams reported that Tyrese Maxey aired out some grievances to Joel Embiid and held him accountable for constantly being late, not being on time, not being, ready to roll for the team and be the leader that they need him to be. And according to Shams, the act is getting really, really old with the players. Joel Embiid, according to the reports, after the fact, was mad about certain things. I'm going to get into that a little bit after this. But if he took accountability for what Tyrese Maxey said, cool. That's not what bothers me, though. The fact that a player has to call you out for something that we have heard be a problem for you for a very long time is not even your issue. It's the Philadelphia 76ers problem. They've allowed you to be this lazy star player that is entitled to be able to do what he wants to do. This is why the Philadelphia 76ers have not gotten to an Eastern Conference championship in forever. This is why they haven't made the NBA Finals in forever. This is why they don't win consistently in forever. Because you have a guy that you've committed big time money to. This guy's making like $70 million a year. And for him to not take accountability to being late, to not keeping his body in shape, to constantly not be available in playoff games, to come up short performance-wise in those games, is a Philadelphia 76er problem. But here's the Joel Embiid side of it, and here's why he's the problem, is that report came out, and he's mad that the report got leaked. So his accountability came with the news that the report got leaked. Yes, I need to be perfect. I need to be better. I'm going to do that going forward. I don't think anybody in the Philadelphia organization believes that, because I'm sure that they've heard that from him over the years, time and time again. For you to not have any respect to be on time like your teammates are, guys are watching film and you're not there, you're not on time. What message are you sending as the superstar player? That it doesn't matter. I got paid. I got my money. So why should anybody give that type of respect to you? And I'm not saying that players don't look up to a guy like Embiid and want him to be better. I'm sure that's why the conversation was had. But at the same time, it's like, why should a guy like Tyrese Maxey, who's a young player in this league, trying to find his way, is a budding star in this league, he has to be the one to call you out? Kind of reminds me of the Kobe Bryant Shaq issues back in the day. Shaq was never in shape, didn't really try as hard in some aspects, and Kobe Bryant didn't like it. He would challenge Shaq. He would go to the coaching staff. They would have fights and disagreements in practice because Kobe's like, I need you to be better. We can't win this way with you just thinking that you can be able to mail it in. The fact that the 76ers have allowed him to sit out back-to-backs. You're giving this guy all of this money and it doesn't matter to him. if he's available for any more than 45 games. You guys have created this toxic culture of no accountability to the point where a guy like Tyrese Maxey has to be the grown-up in the room, not only for Joel Embiid, but also for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's embarrassing. So do I think that the toxic culture can be able to be repaired? No, not as long as Joel Embiid and this management is there. If I was the owner, I would clean shop. I would wait until I have a chance to be able to make Paul George available. I would also make Joel Embiid available because you have to try to find a way to get the respect and the accountability back in your franchise. And if your quote unquote best player is wiping his ass with your accountability structure, then you know what you need to do. You can't fire yourself, so somebody else has to go. Guys got to be better. And Joel Embiid has had this slack behavior for a very long time. He comes off as a guy that doesn't care. He talks a lot of garbage on the court and he complains a lot. And when things don't go his way, he cries a lot too. At some point, you got to be accountable, be a man of the team, and take the reins and try to get this team over the hump that you yourself haven't gotten. You've had James Harden, you have this guy, you have this guy. There's no excuses. Try to figure it out and make it work. But the fact that a young guy like Tyrese Maxey has to hold you accountable, it might not have been an argument, it might not have gotten contentious, but the fact that he had to be the one to say, yo, my man, you got to be better, is kind of shameful. And if you're not ashamed, you should be a little embarrassed. Sixer fans are extremely embarrassed and ashamed that they root for you as their star player. I know a lot of 76ers fans, and they're done with him. They want to start a new regime. They want just a clean slate. They would rather go back to being bad before trust the process. They would. Because if this is what they had to look forward to in regards to trusting the process when Joel Embiid first came on the scene, I don't think any Philadelphia 76er fan would allow the 76ers to draft this guy. Because it hasn't been roses. It hasn't been a fun and experience for many 76ers fans. So yeah, we can hold Joel Embiid accountable. But at the same time, everybody has to be accountable. Management, head coach, star players, role players, ownership. Do what you have to do to make this franchise around the NBA respectful. Because right now, they're a clown show. And poor Nick Nurse has to figure this out with this slop unit of a team that he has.